Are you a business leader that is looking to hire an SEO agency or SEO consultant, and you're looking for questions to ask? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about SEO questions to ask when you're hiring an SEO professional. When you're looking to recruit someone, you need to focus on three things. You want to focus on understanding their attitude, their passion, and then their skill. The number one mistake I see a lot of people doing across recruitment is interviewing just for skill alone. But one thing you need to understand is that skill is something that can be learned, especially with SEO. Someone with passion and the desire to learn SEO can literally learn everything there is to know about SEO in less than 3 months. That doesn't mean they don't have the experience, but they understand the mechanics. And if the person is technically savvy, they can pick it up really, really well within 6 months. So this is a skill that can be learned. And another thing that you need to understand when you're hiring for SEO is that SEO has evolved over the years. It keeps changing. So even if you see someone that says, oh, I have 20 years experience, 10 years experience, there's certain things in SEO that has been consistent, but there's certain things in SEO that has changed. You want to hire for attitude. If someone has been doing SEO for 10 years, the attitude that you need to look for is the person's desire to continuously want to learn. So that is the distinguishing factor in a candidate. So when you're hiring someone for SEO and you're not a subject matter expert, that becomes a problem. And I see this a lot. When the recruiter is given the job description, they just go online, post it online, they get CVs. They then see the CV based on the job description and the relevance to the job, and then they just shortlist, and then the person gets the job. I have been in situations where I've interviewed candidates for CEOs to kind of help them recruit internal candidates. And the thing that differentiates a good interviewer from a bad interviewer is listening skill. And I would say a lot of people don't have training to be good interviewers. And what I feel qualifies me as a good interviewer is the fact that I'm also a professional coach. I've done coaching certifications and qualifications, and that kind of helps me to ask questions in a different way. So when I'm interviewing people for SEO, what I want to find out is, what is their attitude? How do they, what's their mindset? Some people have that belief that I know everything, I don't need to learn new things. Those are not the kind of people you want to hire. You want to hire someone that is a lifelong learner. Even in marketing, anybody that is a top performer in marketing needs to have that mindset of continuously learning. So that's the number one thing you want to find out. You want to ask them about, okay, what have you learned in the past 6 months? Ask that question. What new skill or what new qualification, what new thing have you learned to add to your existing skill in the past 6 months? That answer would tell you how much that person pays attention to personal development. So that's number one. So when you're looking to ask questions, skill-based questions, you want to ask them that, okay, walk me through a time when you've conducted an SEO audit for a website. This type of question is to gauge their understanding of technical SEO. They need to walk you through the tools they used and how they went about executing and how they went about identifying problems with a website, and how they went about prioritizing what to execute first. So those are the kind of things you want to ask. Then you want to ask them that, okay, walk me through an instance where you've done keyword research, for example, and tell me how you researched the keywords, how you grouped them, and what you did with the keywords, and how did that keyword research work with paid search? How did you collaborate using keyword research with social media marketing, with paid advertising? The kind of question you're asking here is going to be difficult for someone that just is SEO tunnel focused. I'm not saying SEO is bad, but a good SEO needs to understand things outside of SEO. A good SEO needs to understand conversion rate optimization, landing page optimization, needs to understand how to convert traffic that comes direct from offline advertising. So what I'm trying to say is, there's a problem within marketing where people are siloed based on skill. One person does SEO, doesn't understand page search. One person does page search, doesn't understand SEO. And this two needs to work in synergy so that you can avoid wasting money on paid search, and SEO can augment your paid strategy. So you want to ask this question about keyword research. You want to ask them, okay, what are the high value keywords that you identified? How did you then use keyword research to do on-page SEO? You want to get an answer from them. How did you then use keyword research to do off-page SEO? You want to see how they link building to on-page SEO. You want to understand, you're gauging their response, and you need a subject matter expert to listen, because one of the problem is people outside of marketing that are high up would need to hire someone to do SEO on their website, especially small businesses, but they don't have the skill and the experience to be able to gauge what good looks like from a candidate's perspective. So in this instance, you make the mistake to hire a recruiter that doesn't have a background in SEO to help you find an SEO person. All that person is going to do is go online, put the job ad out, gather CV, look at CVs and people that are very eloquent and very good with interview, and you end up hiring someone that doesn't have the skill you want, and then that person then encourages you to hire an agency. So the dynamics works in a different way, because if you're hiring someone to do SEO for you in-house, that person then outsources the whole SEO to an agency. So you're spending more money. But what you want to do is hire someone with the skill and capability to do your SEO in-house. And if they don't have that capacity, not capability, capacity to do the workload, they can then outsource certain projects to SEO consultants. And if you're not able to find someone skilled in-house, then you have to interview consultants that can help you do like the page audit of your website. That's a one-off project. So you don't need to hire someone permanently to do that, and then give you the list of things that needs to be implemented. Then you then give that to your IT guys to implement. So back to the question of SEO questions. So once you've identified how they approach keyword research, then you want to ask them the question that, okay, how would you plan a budget for SEO, and how would you then link, what are the key performance indicators that you would look at from a business perspective? You want to listen to the mention of conversions. If someone starts talking about keyword ranking, all good metrics, improving page speed, all good metrics, but the most important metric you want to get from a candidate is a candidate that understands that SEO is all about conversion. A candidate that understands that the purpose of SEO is to get website traffic and conversion and sales on the website. Those are the kind of answers you want to listen to. Then you want to also ask the person about their history of content production. You cannot be a good SEO if you've not created content before, if you've not written content, optimize your own website or a website to rank in Google. That is the kind of experience you're looking for. You want to ask them, give me a link of a blog post that you've written in the past 4, 5, or 6 years. You want someone that can produce content, because content is the foundation of SEO. And another type of content you want to focus on, which is very scarce when it comes to SEO, is YouTube SEO. You want to ask an SEO expert that you're hiring that, okay, how would you approach YouTube optimization? How would you create video content? How would you go about content production and distribution? Those are the questions that you want to ask. And the most important thing is you need a subject matter expert. If you're a business owner, a CMO that doesn't have a background in SEO, or even a marketing leader that doesn't have a background in SEO, you want a subject matter expert as a third party, someone without a vested interest in the whole process. You pay that person a one-off fee, and then let them sit in the interview process and listen to the candidates and gauge which candidate is right fit and has the right skill, mindset, and passion. The problem with organizations is they go out and hire a recruiter, which is good, but most recruiters don't have marketing subject matter experts or even SEO subject matter expert. They just go by keywords. And some people are very, very good at passing interviews but not good at doing the actual work. So you need to understand that most of these recruiters don't have that subject matter expertise to help you identify the best candidate for your SEO. The best people that you can get is if you're working with an agency, or you can get an agency and just say, okay, please come and listen to this interview for me and help me decide which candidate to hire. But you need to be careful to make the name of the candidates anonymous. You always need a subject matter expert to help you with your interviewing when you're interviewing for SEO and you don't have that subject matter experience. My name is Femi Olajiga. If you need help getting or hiring someone for SEO, reach out to me. I'm going to help you with the interview process and help you select the right candidates, or even the right agency. If you're looking to hire agencies and you need help with someone selecting those agencies for you, reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Femi Olajiga, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and clicking on the bell notification to get more video updates like this. Thank you very much.